It's time for the 6-8 Western Full Auto Podcast. Yep, it's time for the 6-8 Western Full Auto Podcast, episode number 22. So, in this podcast, I was able to finally get out and do some shooting with the 6-8 Western. And it's, of course, it's always fun. And it was better in ways than I thought, and not quite as good as I thought it would be either in other respects. So if you haven't seen that video, I just put it out on Wednesday and was able to take that thing out and shoot the 155s and the 136 terminal ascents. And they did phenomenal in the velocities. The grouping was, it was okay. Part of that was probably me. Just for an example, I'll show you here. This is the 155 LRXs, and this was my first shot, and so that was the cold bore shot, and then my second shot was up here. But I'm almost positive that because I was squeezing the bag to get the back end up on my rear bag, and all you'd have to do is just release that just a little bit right when you pull the trigger, and that's what's going to happen. So the next two shots were right here, and they were right next to each other. So I'm saying that's probably cold bore, because in my experience of shooting this thing in the past, the cold bore shot is always a little bit left and a touch high. It just has been that way. So I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm hunting as well, because that's always going to be a cold bore shot. So, so if you were to drop this down from, if I would have kept my squeeze on, I mean, it's basically in line with these right here. So, that's kind of a bunch of excuses, but it makes sense to me. It could have been working out that way. And they were 31-12 on average. And the last time I shot these, they were 30-63. And so that's quite a bit of jump there. And it's the same charge, 67 grains of Mag Pro. So I don't remember what the temperature was outside when we did that. I think it was in the morning, so it was probably a fair amount cooler, maybe even 30 degrees cooler or more. So that, I don't know if that's a contributor to that or what, but 3100 is pretty nice. I like that. And like I say, these shots here are more representative. That's kind of a flyer on me, but these are more representative. This measured about 1.25 inches. So, and this is the 136 terminal ascents. First shot, second shot, third shot. They were going 32-11 on average. And, some of this could be me. Like shooting those 155s, last time I was out, I had a 9/16 group. It was a 3-shot group, but it was 9/16. So, yesterday was not as good, and maybe it was just me. I don't know. But these are definitely in the ballpark, and it's kind of like these were probably about a 1/2 inch above my aim point, and these were basically right on, or if you average them all, they'd be right in here, just a hair low. So not much difference at 100 yards. These are obviously shooting a little faster and flatter, so they're going to be a little bit lower. So that something to take into consideration too. I've got an over-the-counter cow tag that I wouldn't mind trying shooting a cow with that 136 just to see how it does. I'm pretty sure it's going to do really well at that kind of velocity, and those usually you're within 300 yards or so where we would go to find these. So, that to me, that would be a pretty easy shot, and it would be deadly. So, but that's kind of what I did with the 6.8 Western here this week. Just kind of a rundown on that. And I do have a PRS shoot coming up on Saturday. The wind's supposed, I heard on the radio the wind's supposed to blow pretty good. I have tried to get in position to get down, and the knee it's still pretty sore as far as trying to get up and down and that kind of stuff. It doesn't hurt at all to walk or anything, but so it's not going to be perfect for this weekend if I do decide to take on the challenge. I might be able to. Maybe they'll let me just shoot off of a tripod on the prone position ones or something. I don't know, or I might just bag it and wait for this thing to heal up better. So we shall see. But let's see. Oh, back to the 6.8 Western and the 155s. I did do a shooter's calculator sheet here on the new velocities, and it looks like at 250 yards on a 100-yard zero, you have to dial up a half a mil for 250. So the drop is about 4.5 inches at 250, and the drop at 400 is 19.5 inches. 500 is 36 inches, and 600 is 59 inches. And so at 500 yards, which is probably more than I'll be shooting, it's just a two mils, or you can hold 2 mils in your reticle, which is obviously, I think, pretty sure that's what I would do, which is a pretty easy mark. So it doesn't take much to figure out that. So yeah, I just hope things fall into place for me this year so we can get some meat in the freezer and get my first elk. I've been trying to get an elk, and it just never seems to work out. I mean, for years now. I haven't gone every year. There was a stretch there for about 8 years I didn't go, but it's been a long stretch. I've been trying anyway for at least, well, I started trying right out of high school, and just nothing's ever fallen into place. So maybe this is the year. So let's see. I did get an email from Better Holsters, and they sent me a holster to review. They've got all the inside the waistband, outside the waistband holsters. Well, they've gotten into the chest rig chest holsters now, and it's called the Evertrek chest holster. And so you might want to check that out. There is a short clip on YouTube, just kind of an introduction video that I found. And so I'll just give you a quick look. That's what it's looked like. I actually requested the Cryptek orange. I didn't think they'd send it to me because it's about $20 more, I think. But it looks pretty cool. The retention on it is awesome, and I'm going to do a full video on it, and I'll probably do also a comparative video with the Invader Concepts chest rig I've got, which I really like. So I just think that if you're in bear country and you're hunting, you're probably going to want to wear a chest rig. In my opinion, it's a pretty easy way to go, and they'll just mount. You can mount them kind of on the side, like if your bino harness is here, and you can mount them over here, so you got an easy grip on that thing to draw it. So that's what I do anyway. So, but I'll do a video on that here, probably in the next. I don't know. It's good. Things are getting kind of tight on time, but I'll because I do have to see if I'm going to get ready for this PRS shoot. But and this is just a quick look at the Invader Concepts one, and it's pretty It's fantastic as well. I mean, they're so well made, and of course this is a Montana company, so love that. And check out Tim and the guys at Invader Concepts, and pick one of these up too if you need that. So, but yeah, try them out. They got a nice wide band on them. they suck right into you, so they don't jiggle around much. And that's I've been making some adjustments on this one and getting it fit to me, and it's pretty good too. But I really like this one. It's been good for me, so it'll be good to do a little comparative on that. So, but yeah, these little 136s, I'd really like to see these work. I don't know if I probably talked about this before. I'm sure I have, but I think Federal needs to keep the fast twist barrels, even if they're going with the WSM and they're going with the fast twist barrel, they're going to want to push heavier bullets, even out of the even the 270. There's coming out with fast twist barrels on those now. So I would like to see them come out with at least like around a 160-ish weight in these TAs. I think to me that would be kind of the sweet spot where you could have some pretty decent velocity and have a little more bullet there for penetration. Although these are really good penetrators, probably other than the copper, they're probably the best penetrating bullet on the market. And they, with that, I mean, basically they're sort of like the old Nosler partition, and they keep a lot of retained weight in there. If you haven't Googled it to see, or gone there and seen how the construction of these are, they're one of the best bullets on the market. So yeah, I wish they would come out with something a little heavier. That would be awesome. And so if anybody knows any representatives, if you got a gun store or something like that, and you know some reps, and I'm sure they're getting feedback from people that are wanting heavier bullets now. So hopefully they will. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what the 7 PRC shoots for TAs. I think it's 175s or something like that. But if you could have a 165 in these would be pretty awesome. So anyway, but yeah, the trying to think if there's some other kind of news in the 6.8 Western. I can't really think about it right now. I did have, I've had people comment in the past that, if you're going to push lighter bullets, you might as well have a 270, but I don't have a 270. And I like the versatility of the 6.8 Western, where you can load 130s. I got some 130 trophy bonds that I've loaded up and shot, all the way up to the 175s, And so I like that versatility. If you're going to have one gun, to me, this is perfect. So I'm sure most of you guys that have 6.8 Westerns would be nodding your head saying, yeah, for sure. So anyway, that's just kind of my little rant on that. But yeah, I think the versatility in it is fantastic, and that's what we need to keep pushing, and just keep pushing companies to make more components, heavier bullets for some of the stuff that were lighter, like the TAs, and I think it'll be a better world. So, but anyway, that I think that's about all I've got for you in this one. I just have these few other things to do. I've got the 6GT is not. I'm not ready to get that yet. I'm still trying to sell something to buy something, and I'm not having much luck right now. I don't know if it's the economy or what, but anyway, if it's something will come around. It'll happen. And of course, with the knee, I'm not really ready to do anything with it anyway, except go to the range and test it out. So and do some hand loading for it and some load development. And yeah, the 6GT is going to be fun. So, well, guys, until next time, in a couple more weeks or whatever. Hope you guys have a great day, and just be. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world. Just be careful. Keep an eye out, and keep an eye out for your family. And with what happened to Charlie is kind of an eye opener, really. I had, if you don't mind me just going off, but it's that particular thing touched me a lot. Um, I just had this feeling after that happened that there's going to be something big happen, and I don't think it's going to be a negative thing. I think it's going to be positive. There's always going to be negative things going on, but I think as a whole, there's just going to be something really positive come from this. So, um, and I can't wait to see what the good Lord has in store for us. So, anyway, um, thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching the 22nd episode of the 6-8 Western Full Auto Podcast.